Hi guys, Karri Flatla here at Remax Real Estate Lethbridge, and it's Friday morning about 9:30, and I'm just enjoying some sunshine in West Lethbridge. You probably wonder why I do these in my car. I know it's like the realtor thing to do this in your car, but it's actually not, that's actually not the reason that I do most of my videos in my car. Do you want to know why I do them in my car? Because I look better sitting in the sun. Makes your face look better. Takes 10 years off. And because when I'm doing it in my office, when I do a video in my office, I talk really loud, and I'm worried about people coming down the hall and hearing me and interrupting me and knocking on the door and wondering who I'm yelling at. So I do them in my car because I can be a little more loud and gregarious and ridiculous if I feel like it. So anyway, that's why I do my videos in my car. I feel less edited, if you will. So today's Friday Fire, what do I want to talk about? Actually, I do want to talk about real estate today. And I think I'm going to do a bit of a series on this. I'm going to call it Friday Fire Money Shot. And the reason I wanted to do this, because I find when I'm working with homeowners and listing their home and all that kind of thing, it's kind of the same visceral fear that comes up over and over and over again. Is there's a real fear and a justified fear of leaving money on the table. People work so damn hard to save up, to buy a house, to take care of their house. It's where they live, where they love, where they have pain, it's a very personal thing to list and sell your home. And so there's a very deep fear of, I'm going to sell my home. That's hard enough already to make a move. Making a move is very stressful for people, no matter what the circumstances. But then in addition to making the decision to sell my house, hire a realtor, bring you into my life, trust you with all my, personal possessions and all of these things, am I going to be giving away my house? Am I going to leave money on the table? Is someone going to get a smoking deal and take advantage of me, because something was missed or I didn't know what was going on? So that's a really justified fear. And I'm sorry, I need a sip of coffee, because I've only had about 3 sips of this coffee so far. So that's why I'm not speaking in full sentences yet. So the first thing I always talk about when we're going to list your home is how we're going to make sure we get the most money out of that home. And something that we do that I don't think is very talked about in real estate marketing, because real estate marketing is supposed to be sexy and exciting and cool and lots of new shiny things and trendy, and what you see on the cover of a magazine or what you see on videos and HGTV and all this stuff. But there's some behind the scenes work, in my opinion, and in how we list and sell homes, that always has to be done every time we list a home. And even if it means delaying getting the home on the market for a few days, we insist on doing it. And that is, we do a full history review, a full document review of the home. I want to understand that house. And the reason I do that is not because I'm looking for skeletons in the closet. We're doing that because one thing that will cost you money and that will cost you in a negotiation is surprises for the buyer. Buyers are as stressed out as you are, and they hate surprises. People hate surprises when they're making very, very big, life-changing decisions. So the more we know about your home, the more we understand the home, the more we understand the systems in the home, the more we understand the history on the home. We can answer questions when buyers have questions. We can prepare the buyer if there's something very important they need to know about the home or the history of the home. And it makes the negotiation and it makes the contract to close process so much smoother. When there are surprises, it almost always costs you money. It's going to cost you money at some point. The buyer's going to want money off because they didn't know it was coming. There could be legal fees involved. If we didn't have a proper real property report and a compliance letter if we have compliance issues with the property because you made improvements, there weren't permits pulled. I mean, there's all these things that can hugely complicate a transaction and create a lot of stress and cost you a lot of money that nobody was expecting. So we're very happy to sit down, dig into your documents, dig into the history of the home, make sure you get the right documents before we list, so that all those things are in place, so that when a buyer comes in and they're excited and they're ready to pull the trigger, we're ready to rock and roll and we can feel confident. We know exactly what we're selling. It's our job as realtors to know what we're selling. So it's a huge disservice to you if we just walk in and say, yeah, sign here and just take some pictures and get it up on the MLS and we'll worry about all that stuff later. No. No. We're going to agree to work together, and then we're going to spend the time it takes to make sure that we have prepared your home properly and that we get the documents and the history and the information about your home so that we can sell it with confidence, because we need to feel confident, and that shows in how we market the home. And then you'll feel confident as well, and then you can know that we're getting top dollar for your house. So that's a little unsexy thing that we do before we even start working on the marketing, before we take pictures, before we do any of those things. We're going to have a conversation and do a review of the house, because that's a product we're selling. We want to represent it to the best possible, top value that we can. Hey Pam, you always show up for this. You're so awesome. How are things going up there? I bet you it's freezing cold. I think it's like -25 here today. So, and you can see like my car is fogging up and everything. Anyway, so that's this week's Friday Fire. I think I'm going to keep adding to the money shot conversation. I think that's a good way of summing it up, because it is such a major top of mind thing for people when they're selling their home. There are multiple things along the way, before we list, when we get an offer, after we get an accepted offer, and at every single point along the way, you can maximize the value of your home or you can lose value on your home. Every single one of those things, there's ways that we can make sure you get the most money out of your house and that we're not giving away money that we didn't have to. What else can we talk about today? It's Friday, it's freezing out, but you know what? It's been super cold off and on for the last few weeks in Lethbridge, which is kind of unusual for February. And it's actually like getting pretty busy, guys. It's getting busy. People are coming out of the woodwork. We got buyers coming out of the woodwork. We got people that are just ready to sell their house because they're making a big move. They want to buy something different, or they're moving away. So it's a good time to make some decisions. And we've got stats to back that up. So call me if you need anything. Leave a comment below if you have more questions, or if there's something about listing, marketing, and selling your home that you're concerned about in terms of getting the most money and not leaving money on the table. Again, it's one of the most popular discussions that we have with our homeowners, and we can help you with that. So we'd love to hear your comments, and we will circle back to this topic next week as well and just keep expanding on it. So Pam, thank you. That's such a nice thing to say. You just made my day. So anyway, yeah, hope you and Mark are doing great. We'll talk to you guys next Friday, and have an awesome weekend, even though it's cold. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.